Alright, here at my machine we got a paw up bolt. As you can see, the claw is laying on the ground, so I'm going to show you guys how to fix that today. Basically what I'm going to use, I'm just going to pull this closer to me and make it a little easier. Unscrew this front cover. Basically going to need a Phillips to do this, a pair of cutters, a torch, and that's pretty much it. Alright. So what I like to do is take my string here that I got, just kind of torch the ends, and be careful, that will burn your fingers if you're not careful. So, yeah, take that front cover off there. Just undo this old string. You can tell by the condition of this thing, it's pretty old. It's pretty loud in here because we got all kinds of other machines to go in, so sorry for that. First time actually using this camera, so sorry if I don't get good angles here. You know, I'll go grab another tool real quick. Actually, another good thing to have is a pair of skinny needle nose. Go ahead and pause for a minute. Alright. So I'm back, got these skinny needle nose. These are convenient for pulling the old string out. You can see how I did that there. I just stuck that in there and pulled that right out. What I'll do is I'll take this new string and see if I can get you a better angle. So basically I'm going to take this string and shove it in here. Sometimes this can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna melt this string down a little skinnier.
To make sure. Yeah, I can't.
Alright, there we go.
Almost done.
Does it need to be done right this second?
He's got it done.
I want to tell you what he said, so you don't.
He said he wants it done right now.
Yeah, he's just saying, Tony told him you're working on number 25. And he said, I don't care, this needs to be done right.
Okay, yeah, no, not a problem.
But it's a stopping point.
Alright, got called away there. So now, after you get the string through there, some people like to tie a knot, but since there's not very much room back there, what I like to do is burn this end right here and just kind of flatten it out. Do that a couple times. Kind of makes a big end on there. And again, make sure you don't burn your fingers. If you want to, use a tool. And what you'll see what that does here in a minute. Show you here. Is when you pull this string in, it gets stuck right on there. You can see that. It's hard to get in there to see. So that's actually, that's pretty stuck in there now. You know, I like to go in and flatten it a little, so that way it's not rubbing. Let's see here. But and that way it's not rubbing. You can also use a screwdriver for this part if you wanted. Alright, so now that that's flattened out, we're going to take the string around this way. Run it up through here. And then run it through this wheel, so it kind of makes that W. Push it back down, and then you'll feed it through here. Another good thing to do while you're in here is I like to take my little blower thing here and give all the components a good blow. Cleans up all the old string. And then what we're going to do here is come over to the claw. Put that there so I can see what I'm doing. And we will undo these 3 screws. Looks like there's only 2 in there. And this is just as simple as sticking the string through the hole. And then I like to get it to where it just ties just one overhand knot at the very end. You can see that there. And pull that back on there. And you'll stick that back in there and get these screws back in here. I don't tighten those all the way until I get all 3 screws in. And I'm actually going to go ahead and find another one of these screws. Sometimes they can be a pain in the butt. a hard time with this today. So I'll pause the video and get another screw. Alright, so I got my third screw here. It's a little easier sometimes when you don't have such a long thing, but the driver. And then I'll go back and tighten the other two the rest of the way. And this one is actually designed to be like that. These are snug, but it's meant to move around because of the way this swings. So now I'm going to pull my other tools out of here, set them up top, and I'm going to install this back. Just line them up, and this thing right here actually looks like it got a little loose too. Let's go ahead and tighten that up. That keeps it on that keeps the gantry on the rails. Sit there. That was getting in my way. So I got that there. I'll find my two screws up here and get my handy dandy extra long freaking driver. Tighten that one up. Same thing on the other side. Alright, so now that that's all tightened up, and you can still see my spring is going the right way, I'll go ahead and on that paw up fault, just push the button. On some you can, some you actually have to push the button on the board. So we'll find that and just exit the menu, and it should wind itself right up. You gotta be careful of that too. Really quick, I'll show you guys how this machine works. It's pretty cool. So there's this little notch right here when you go to pick up a ball. So I noticed that notch is kind of in the middle, and it's wanting to swing a ball that way. So I'll go ahead and try to pick up that ball in the back. And then, ooh, got close. And then you try to knock it in the hole. And that's my video.